2 of the Canada-Soviet Series, coming to you live from Toronto. Brought to you by Toronto Dominion Bank, the bank where people make the difference. By Gulf Oil Canada Limited, its dealers, agents, and distributors across Canada.
Hello again, everybody. This is Johnny Esau, and I can't help but recall the vivid contrast of 2 years ago as we awaited Game 2 in this series. This time, the whole country is buzzing with the excitement of our opening game because it proved a lot of things. Notwithstanding age, this team is ready, mentally and physically, so we're in for a whale of a series. Billy Harris has made only one change, and to find out about it, let's go up to Don Chevrier and Howie Maker. And Don, make sure that Howie has his seatbelt on. I almost lost him on Tuesday night.
I might lose him tonight, too, if it's the same kind of game, Johnny. That change, of course, involves Mark Tardif being not dressed tonight and the insertion of young Mark Howe in the lineup. Now, what about the Russians? What changes can we expect from them?
Well, I think, in fact, I know Team Canada took a lot of their game plan away with their hitting in Quebec Tuesday night. To reestablish their skating and their passing game, the Russians have to come out hitting. And if they do, we got another barn burner here in Maple Leaf Gardens tonight, so let's go.
Okay, right now let's check in with Tom McKee.
Good evening, everybody. I'll be talking to a variety of people here in Maple Leaf Gardens tonight. Bobby Hull at the end of the first period, the coach Billy Harris at the end of the second. We'll also be talking to some of the fans in the stands around us here as well, and of course the most valuable players at the end of the game. Now here again is Johnny Esau.
2 years ago, the second game was one of the best games ever played, and we could very well be in for another one like it tonight. This is Game 2 of the Canada-Soviet Series from Toronto.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
K-Tel presents the fabulous Johnny Cash today, 24 of his greatest hits.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
The very beautiful.
If I were a carpenter and you were a lady.
And of course,
Understand you, old man, I'm tired of your bad mouth.
get Johnny Cash today, 24 of his greatest hits, plus a free 8x10 photo, $4.99 from K-Tel. Tape or cassette, $6.99.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second game of the 1974 series between the national team of the Soviet Union and the Team Canada 74. Bonsoir, mesdames, messieurs, et bienvenue à cette deuxième rencontre de la série 1974 entre l'équipe nationale de l'Union soviétique et équipe Canada 74. And now, here are the two teams that played such an astounding game in Quebec City on Tuesday night. Et maintenant, la présentation des joueurs de ces deux équipes qui nous ont offert un spectacle intéressant mardi soir dernier à Québec. First, d'abord, the coaches. Head coach Boris Kulagin. Ses adjoints, his assistants, Konstantin Loktev and Vladimir Yosinov. For Team Canada, pour l'équipe Canada, head coach Billy Harris. Le gérant, the manager, Bill Hunter. In goal for the Soviet Union, dans les filets pour l'Union soviétique, le numéro 20, number 20, Vladislav Tretiak. Le numéro 1, number 1, Alexander Sidelnikov. Their counterparts from Team Canada. La contrepartie pour équipe Canada. Number 30, le numéro 30, Jerry Cheever. And number 1, le numéro 1, Don McLeod. En défense, for the Soviet side, à la défensive pour l'URSS, le numéro 2, number 2, Alexander Gusev. Number 3, le numéro 3, Vladimir Luchenko. Number 5, le numéro 5, Yuri Latkin. Number 6, le numéro 6, Valery Vassiliev. Number 7, le numéro 7, Gennady Tsiganko. Number 12, le numéro 12, Viktor Kuznetsov. Number 36, le numéro 36, Yuri Fyodorov. The Canadian defense, la défensive canadienne. Number 2, le numéro 2, Rick Lee. Number 3, le numéro 3, Jean-Claude Tremblay. Number 6, le numéro 6, Brad Selwood. The captain of the team, le capitaine de l'équipe, number 12, le numéro 12, Pat Stapleton. Number 17, le numéro 17, Rick Smith. Number 18, le numéro 18, Paul Schmier. Les Soviet forwards, les avants soviétiques. Number 13, le numéro 13, Boris Mikhailov, le captain. Number 11, le numéro 11, Yuri Lebedev. Number 10, le numéro 10, Alexander Maltsev. Number 24, le numéro 24, Alexander Bodunov. Number 16, le numéro 16, Vladimir Petrov. Number 22, le numéro 22, Vyacheslav Anisin. Number 8, le numéro 8, Sergei Kapustin. Number 29, le numéro 29, Sergei Kotov. Number 19, le numéro 19, Vladimir Shadrin. Number 15, le numéro 15, Alexander Yakushev. Number 17, le numéro 17, Valery Aramov. The Canadian forwards, les avants du Canada. Number 4, le numéro 4, Mike Walton. Number 5, le numéro 5, Régent Houle. Number 7, le numéro 7, André Lacroix. Number 11, le numéro 11, Mark Howe. Number 14, le numéro 14, Ralph Backstrom. Number 19, le numéro 19, Paul Anderson. Number 20, le numéro 20, Bruce McGregor. Number 21, le numéro 21, Serge Bernier. Number 23, le numéro 23, Lorie McKenzie. Number 27, le numéro 27, Frank Mahovlich. Number 16, le numéro 16, Bobby Hull. Number 9, le numéro 9, Gordie Howe. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for the playing of the national anthem of the Soviet Union and remain standing for the playing of O Canada. Mesdames, Messieurs, voulez-vous vous lever pour l'interprétation de l'hymne national de l'URSS, suivra immédiatement l'hymne national au Canada. As you can see, 3 copies of the Ken Danby print at the crease are presented by Canadian players to their Soviet counterpart. This is a symbolic presentation. Each player will receive a copy of the print.
This is Game 2 of the Canada-Soviet Series from Toronto.
Good evening.
So, Pow, what feature
fiendish contraption have you devised to pit me against this time?
The pendulum. The principal weapon in a game of deadly accuracy I call pendulum pool. Play.
Butt out. I win. Pay off, Poe.
Seize him.
Master, look, I no longer crooked. How can I ever thank you?
Forget it.
Pendulum Pool by Aurora.
Believe me, when we light the Olympic torch on this site in 1976, everyone will share in Canada's pride. You and I can help participate in Canada's first Olympic Games and make them a great success by buying these beautiful sterling silver Olympic coins. 7 sets of 4 coins each are being issued. Series 2 is available now. Order your coins today. The minting is limited. Olympic coins are available at banks, financial institutions, and authorized coin distributors.
At this time, Mr. George Stewart, Executive Vice President of the Carling O'Keefe Brewing Company, will make a special presentation to Mr. Lou Lefebvre, President of the National Sport and Recreation Center in Ottawa. Maintenant, nous faisons appel à Mr. George Stewart, vice-président exécutif de la brasserie Carling O'Keefe, qui fera une présentation spéciale à Mr. Lou Lefebvre, président du Centre national des sports et de la récréation à Ottawa.
Mr. Lefebvre, please accept this original art of the official poster signed by all of the members of the team as a memento of the second Canada-Russia series. We are very proud to be associated with Hockey Canada as we think it is a truly Canadian effort. Veuillez accepter cette pièce d'art originale de l'affiche officielle comme souvenir de la deuxième série entre la Russie et le Canada. Nous sommes fiers d'être associés. Nous nous souhaitons à tous les meilleures chances. We will join everyone now in wishing Team Canada the very best.
Thank you. On behalf of Team Canada, I of course wish to thank Carling O'Keefe for this presentation, and I'd like to assure you that it will find a special place among the sport art collection at the National Center for Sport and Recreation. Je tiens à remercier la Fondation et Sport O'Keefe pour cette présentation et je veux les assurer qu'elle trouvera une place tout à fait spéciale parmi les objets d'art sportifs au Centre de sport et récréation. Merci.
Ladies and gentlemen, the present series involves the 3 partners, the Canadian Amateur Hockey Association, the World Hockey Association, and Hockey Canada. Mr. Lou Lefebvre, as chairman of the International Committee of Hockey Canada, will officiate at the face-off together with Mr. Valery Sich, Chief Winter Sports Committee in USSR. Joining them are the Honorable Mitchell Sharp, President of the Privé Council in Ottawa, and Mr. Georgy Rogulski, Vice Chairman of the USSR Sports Committee, and also Mr. John Bassett Jr. of the Toronto Tours. Mesdames, Messieurs, cette présente série met en présence l'Association canadienne de hockey amateur, l'Association mondiale de hockey et Hockey Canada. M. Lou Lefebvre, en tant que président du Comité international de Hockey Canada, par la mise au jeu en compagnie de M. Valéry Sich, responsable des sports d'hiver en URSS. Avec eux, nous reconnaissons M. Mitchell Sharp, président du Conseil privé du Canada, M. Georgy Rogulski, qui est vice-président du Comité des sports en URSS, ainsi que M. John Bassett Jr., président des Taureaux de Toronto de l'AMH. To mark this occasion, the twin sons of Coach Billy Harris, Bobby and Billy, will present mementos to members of the official party. Les fils jumeaux de l'entraîneur Billy Harris, Bob et Billy, remettront des souvenirs de cette série à ses dignitaires. And may the best team win et que la meilleure équipe gagne. Spasiba.
Well, these are the commemorative pucks that the official party will receive as their memory of this night here in Toronto, Game 2 of the 1974 series, presented by Bobby and Billy Harris, the twin sons of Team Canada coach Bill Harris. Howie, let's look at some individuals coming up tonight. We've got Mark Howe playing, and of course, the hardworking Andre Lacroix.
Well, Howe was Rookie of the Year in the World Hockey Association last year, and for a teenager, he's just an amazing hockey player. Lacroix, a wizard with the stick and the puck, added checking to his game Tuesday night, and it certainly helped.
And a couple of prominent Soviet players, Alexander Gusev, number 2, and Alexander Maltsev, number 10.
I think the big fella on the left, number 2, Gusev, is by far their best defenseman. He's big, strong, smart, got a great shift, and he can be mean and shoot the puck. Maltsev can fly. He's a tremendous playmaker and a good checker.
Well, the other night on the first game in Quebec, the man on the left, Rezhan Houl, had some great scoring chances. The man on the right got some penalties, Paul Schmier.
Well, Houl, his check in Hermanov Tuesday, I think is the talk of the hockey world, and he had, as you said, 2 great scoring chances, and he skates very well. Schmier plays the point of the power play, tough in front of the net, and moves the puck well.
All right, the referee tonight is Tom Brown of Canada, the linesman, Valentin Nikolsov of Russia, and Doug Robb of Canada. The Canadian team is going to start with Serge Bernier coming out to center ice. Houle on the right side, Mahavlich on the left. For the Soviet Union, it is Petrov at center on the faceoff, winning it. And Mahavlich plays it ahead in the center ice zone. Number 6 is Vasiliev. Across the ice it goes to Gusev. Harlamov, the dangerous Valery Harlamov, number 17, drops it into the middle, and it goes out of play in the first 15 seconds here of Game 2 at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. How about the ovation they gave Gordie Howe at the outset? Standing ovation here. Tremblay 3 and Stapleton 12 are the Team Canada defensemen. This is Pat Stapleton now in the corner, being tied up by Mikhailov. Along the boards, works it free to Frank Mahavlich. Canada trying to work that puck out. Over on this side for Mahavlich, having trouble. Gets it out to center now. Houle feeding it ahead to Bernier. Bernier getting set. He shoots wide. Tremblay controlling it on the point, but the Russians bring it right back out to center ice. J.C. Tremblay gives it to center Serge Bernier, number 21, in behind Jerry Cheevers in goal. Stapleton. Mahavlich at center ice. Right side for Rezhan Houl. Cutting in front. Bernier shoots and puts that hangs on. First good scoring chance of the game, and again, Tretiak had the answer.
I think you have to watch this great pass here that Mahavlich made, and then here, watch the Russian defense. When we get this replay for you, they just turned and let Bernier go right through the middle. Look at here. Bernier's home free and skated right between the Russian defense.
From the faceoff, Sagankov plays it around beside his goal to the far boards to Alexander Yakashev. Yakashev getting it across the line, a late pass. The Soviets fail to keep it in. On the left side, here comes Mike Walton across the Soviet line. Walton shooting, blocked by Tretiak. Bruce McGregor, a centering pass. Rick Smith has it now. Behind the goal for Mike Walton. Walton put it out in front at number 15. Yakashev was there to break it up for the Soviet Union. Now on the right side, this is Maltsev. Maltsev works the corner against Schmier. Far side it goes. Yakashev away from McGregor. Passing it back, plays whistle down. Is going to be the first penalty of the hockey game.
I think what really you should be looking for here, Tarasov in his book said that the Russians pass with deceit, which means they don't look where they're passing. And already I've seen 2 passes. One just made here, this pass right here made out of the corner by their great left winger Yakashev was a blind pass, and Hermanov right off the top of the game made a blind pass. If the Russians continue to make that type of pass, we should get quite a few breaks from it.
The Team Canada penalty, the first of this game, is going to go to Rick Smith. And the announcement is being made now.
Rick Smith.
Back on the point,
2 minutes
this is
for
Lee Apkin.
elbowing.
It's an elbowing penalty.
Time,
Gankov
1:44.
slap shot. That is blocked. Team Canada now shorthanded. Bobby Hull with Lacroix and Stapleton out to kill the penalty. Bobby Hull rags that puck and shoots it down the ice into the Russian zone. This is Yuri Lyapkin, number 5.
Okay.
Yakushev inside the blue line. Drops it back for Maltsev. Maltsev waiting to make his play around behind the goal. Back on the point. Lyapkin's shot blocked by Jerry Cheevers. J.C. Tremblay comes up with it. Clears to the line. Held in by Segenkov. Loose puck bouncing around there. And Cheevers has it. Hangs on.
Let's watch this great play by Cheevers. He really juggles it. That puck is hot. If he hadn't come up with it, look at the big left winger right there. Hey, look at the action in front of that net. Oh, we got something going. You're not going to stand in front of that net too long tonight.
Yakushev waiting there to pounce on it, but Cheevers held on. And now Canada with 1:12 left in Rick Smith's penalty. Bruce McGregor on the face-off right to Cheevers, and he'll hold once more. That Soviet power play is devastating. May take them a full 1:59 to make it productive, but they quite often do. Team Canada digging in now. Back on the right side, Vasiliev's shot on the point was handled off to the corner. Gusev plays it down, broken up by Paul Henderson and shot down the ice for Team Canada. 55 seconds remaining in Smith's penalty now. This is Gusev. Right side pass for Petrov in the center ice area for the Soviet Union. With Harlamov across the line, takes his own pass. Back to Harlamov. Gusev getting set. Drifts it in front, wide. Tremblay. Tremblay leaving it for Henderson. Now for Pat Stapleton, golfing it around the boards. The Soviets cannot hang on. It's beyond Vasiliev and back across center ice. 25 seconds left now in Rick Smith's penalty. Down goes number 60, no call. Petrov. 17 is Harlamov on the right side. Hits the Canadian line. Offside was number 16, Petrov. Great action here. Great tension here for Game 2 in Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. Team Canada will change now with 17 seconds to go in the Rick Smith penalty. Gordie Howe is coming out. Mark Howe will be on the left side. In fact, Mark Howe will take the face-off. The defense pair remains. Stapleton 12 and Tremblay 3. For the Soviets, number 22, Anison lost the draw. Mark Howe playing it inside the Soviet blue line. Now about 10 seconds left in Smith's penalty. Left side, the Soviets start out at center ice. Anison inside the Team Canada line. Stapleton over on the left boards. Held in by Luchenko. His shot. That was blocked in front by J.C. Tremblay. Smith is out. The teams are back at full strength once again. With about 4 minutes gone here in period 1 of Game 2, there is no score. Boldenov, number 24, bodied there by Ralph Backstrom. Stapleton with Gordie Howe inside the line, broken up by number 3, Luchenko. Now this is Anison, number 22 for the Soviets. Anison with Lebedev. In front of the goal, a shot just wide. The backhander by Lebedev going just wide of that goal post. Mark Howe. Pat Stapleton. Up to Mark Howe. Cross to Ralph Backstrom ahead to number 9, Gordie Howe. Backstrom cruising instead of Mark Howe. He scores! Backstrom!
By Howe. Just a tremendous pass by Gord to his son. And look at here. And again, the key here is Backstrom skated between the Russian defense. No one made a stick on it.
A picture goal, Howie, with the score, Canada 1 and the Soviets nothing. This is Game 2 from Toronto.
Это банк, где люди составляют разницу.
Ralph Backstrom and the two Howes give Canada a 1-0 lead. Less than 5 minutes into the opening period here at Maple Leaf Gardens in Game 2. Now here's Backstrom again, working inside the Soviet line. Number 5, Lyapkin digs it free and gets it out to center ice. This is Shadrin, 19, turned around, shot handled by Cheevers. Bumping in the corner for it. The near boards, Backstrom trying to get it free, finally comes out across the blue line. Maltsev covering up with a rink-wide pass across to number 5, Lyapkin. Right side pass missed for the Soviets. Played cagily by Mark Howe, then he lost the puck. Back to Brad Selwood. Rejan Houle, number 5. Ricky Lee, number 2. Selwood and Lee, the Team Canada defense pair right now. Mark Howe, rink side across to Bernier, into Rejan Houle. Oh, behind him, still there. Rebound, and it's stopped by Tretiak. The puck was just an inch behind him, and now they're roughing it up in front of the Soviet goal.
Once again, Canada gets a 2-on-1 break. Look at here, just a tremendous pass, but it couldn't hang on to it. Hit the heel of a stick and slid off. But look at Tretiak hold his feet. Tretiak had tremendous discipline here to stay on his feet, and again in front of that net, the elbows and sticks are flying. Here's the pass off the heel of the stick. Just too bad he couldn't keep it up in the center of the stick, and maybe we'd have had a real good play on that Tretiak. As it was, he made a good save. Look at that check.
Soviets break out now. Number 16, Petrov to Harlamov. It is offside of the Team Canada blue line. Yes, Howie, very nearly a 2-0 hockey game. They've played about 5.5 minutes, and Team Canada has the one goal scored by Backstrom from the two Howes. 4:31 was the time. Bernier wins the faceoff, as Canada has done rather consistently throughout this series. Vasiliev. Bernier picks it up, gave the puck away to Harlamov. Look out, he's shot wide. Right side, chance for Petrov. Across the left boards for Gusev. Keeps it in. Houle lost his stick and then gets some help. Finally cleared out to center ice to Frank Mahavlich. The Soviets pounce on him, and Mikhailov comes up with it. It is called offside right there at the Team Canada blue line, with now 6 minutes gone in a 1-0 game in favor of Team Canada. There's 13, Boris Mikhailov, a veteran of this USSR national hockey team. The Soviet commentator there is Nikolai Ozerov. He works right from rinkside in every arena in which he broadcasts. And there he is down alongside the Soviet bench here in Maple Leaf Gardens. Bobby Hull, after the face-off, a little entanglement there, and they whistle it down again, offside. What a game Bobby Hull put in Quebec City on Tuesday. 2 goals, 1 assist. He leads all scorers in this series. Billy Harris, the man who put this team together, must be feeling very satisfied right now in the very early stages of the second Summit confrontation. Number 29 is Kotov for the Soviet Union. Being checked by Johnny McKenzie. Gets it ahead to Kapustin. Kapustin shot right on, and Cheevers holds it for a faceoff.
Bobby Hull losing the stick here. Bobby Hull was on the fly, but watch this fella shoot the puck with a wrist shot. Right at Cheevers, but Cheevers closed the hole between his legs as he went down and come up with it.
Kuznetsov, another drive directly on Cheevers. And he's taking no chances, Howie. He will not give that puck away. He'll hang on every time. As the Soviets are buzzing around the net. There is the coach of the USSR, Boris Kuligin. Konstantin Loktev and Vladimir Yurzanov are his 2 assistant coaches. Now, from the faceoff, up the boards, Bobby Hull works it across the Team Canada blue line. Kotov comes up with it, a pass to Maltsev. Left side relay for Kapustin. Now Bobby Hull with it. J.C. Tremblay as the Soviets change on the go. Out comes number 10, Maltsev, across the blue line. Getting set, his shot. Kicked up by Jerry Cheevers all the way back to center ice. Luchenko to Kuznetsov. It's tangled up there on the boards with Lacroix, one of the big diggers in this series for Team Canada. Real hustling center, number 7. Now Sergei Kapustin. Missed a check there. Swings it away inside the line for Kotov, too far. Tremblay behind his goal to Bobby Hull. Hull, right side for Johnny McKenzie. With Lacroix and Tremblay ahead to Lacroix inside the line. Stick check there by number 5. Held in. Bobby Hull looking for a pass out. Can't get it away. Canada putting more pressure on the USSR. Tremblay in the Soviet corner. Lacroix in front. Missed the chance. A pass behind Kapustin, but now he breaks out with it. Lead pass to Maltsev. Maltsev taken down. They carry on with Kodov. Centering it across. Backhander blocked by Cheevers. Rebound. He'll hang on again.
Here it comes again, and a good pass. But this one here is into the Russians' feet. Now, I think what you should be looking for is look at the number of times that the Russians are making bad passes behind the pass receiver and also into the pass receiver's feet. Something has to be doing that, and I think the Canadian body, has a little.
Number 11, Lebedev gets it in front. A chance for Shadron. Finally picked up by Paul Henderson, who got it across, but not out of his own zone. The Soviets keep it in. Shadran's shot goes around the boards wide. But now Team Canada begins to move up. Here is Paul Henderson. Right side, he has Walton. The shot to the corner. Controlled by number 5, Lyapkin. The Soviets come out. Henderson breaks that play up. Gives it back to Ricky Lee. Across to Brad Selwood. Down the boards for Bruce McGregor. He lets it go to Walton inside. Walton was turned around by Sagenkov. They're going to jam the puck there and finally freeze it. With about 8.5 minutes gone in period 1, and Team Canada on top, 1-0. Serge Bernier on faceoffs has won 4 tonight, 75% accuracy in winning the draw. And this is where the team has been very strong, winning faceoffs against the Soviet Union. The only goal from Backstrom, Mark, and Gordie Howe. A chance now for McGregor. Back to Ricky Lee, winding up. And the catch made by Tretiak in the Soviet goal.
Just watch Canada win the draw here. And the pass is made back to the point. Now look at the screen. And also anything tipped in comes right through between the players. With Walton's right there looking for the rebound. It didn't come.
And he gets the face-off across to Bruce McGregor, but it's broken up by Valery Harlamov, being back-checked ferociously by Paul Henderson. They turn back now at center ice with Petrov in control. Petrov, a long shot. That is blocked at the blue line. Back to the Soviet zone it goes, and the stick of Valery Vasiliev, number 6. Vasiliev across. Petrov is turned around but carries on, being checked now by Selwood. They pile up, and they'll freeze it. Well, our records show on the game recorder tonight, our computerized system, that Team Canada has made 23 physical checks so far in this hockey game. The time of that first goal was 4:31, and that's the only goal so far. Here's a shot from the point, handled easily by Jerry Cheevers. Paul Schmier gets it up to Ralph Backstrom. Harlamov breaks it up. Rick Smith going after it with Harlamov. Ahead to Houle. Houle battling for it down the boards. Gets it inside the blue line. And finally against Gusev, they stop the play. Referee is Tom Brown of Canada for this second game of the 74 series. In 72, the Soviets, of course, won Game 1 in Montreal 7-3. This time it was a 3-all tie. And the game in Toronto in that series wound up 4-1 for Team Canada. Right now they lead 1-0. Paul Schmier from the face-off at center ice. The puck is given to the Russian Maltsev. Across the line with Kodev. He was ridden off by Schmier. Back comes Team Canada. Pass too far for Rezhan Houle on the wrong wing, and it's called for icing. They'll bring it back for a face-off to the left of Jerry Cheevers. 10:40 remaining here in the first period. There's Trelagan, the gentleman in the checkered jacket. The expression will never change whether his team scores or Team Canada gets a goal. Remember, all you fans in Winnipeg, Game 3 coming up on Saturday, Game 4 in Vancouver on Monday, as this exciting series goes from east to west. Now here is Paul Schmier behind the Canadian goal. Formahovlich on the boards, being tied up by Kuznetsov, a rookie defenseman for the Soviets this time, and they produce a face-off.
The Russians continue to throw 2 forecheckers in there, and they try to pick off the puck as the Canadians throw it around the boards. If our forwards didn't move out so far, they wouldn't get checked.
Maltsev against Bernier, and Bernier gets that face-off too. After some hesitation, Soviet defender fell. Schmier at center ice with it. Leaves it for Rick Smith. Inside with Bernier. Smith winding, shooting. Loose puck cleared smartly by Tretiak. Centering by Bernier. Behind him. Gets it to Frank Mahavlich. Rejan Hole missed the chance and hopped over his stick. Here's Mahavlich. Still loose around the Soviet goal. Batting away at that loose puck and finally cleared away to the corner to Bernier. Bernier out to an open point. Number 8, Kapustin, comes back for the Soviet Union with Kodov. Kapustin shot. Gloved by Cheevers off to the corner. Bumping by Bernier. Big, strong center against Kodov, but it was Bernier who went down. Kuznetsov for Koto. Kapustin lost it to Rejan Hole. Rejan Hole almost had a break. The penalty's going to be called here against the Soviets. They don't like it. Number 8, Sergei Kapustin, tying up Rejan Hole. With the score, Canada 1 and the Soviets nothing. This is Game 2 from Toronto.
K-Tel presents the Irish Rover Special. 20 super hits specially selected from their TV show.
Come in, we'll do the best we can. And their hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band, between alligators and long neck.
Truly international stars, the Irish Rovers bring the warmth of the Irish into your home. Get the Irish Rover Special, $4.99. Paper cassette, $6.99.
All right, here go the Canadians to the attack. We just missed one or two chances here because of the Russian checking, but they're checking with their sticks. That's Houle going down. The puck now ends up in front of the net. The Russian defensemen are standing there and not taking out the Canadians in front of the net. We'll bring you that highlight in just a moment.
Well, the Team Canada has a power play on now. Kapustin's penalty for interference. He's in the box, and Bobby Hull is out there with Johnny McKenzie, Andre Lacroix, Marcoux, and J.C. Tremblay, and they move it up the ice now. Here is Tremblay in the center ice area. Left side feed for Hull. His shot. Off Sagankov. Rebound. Lacroix, the side of the net. McKenzie digs in behind. The Soviet player, number 5, Lyapkin, just stood there, and finally the play is whistled down. The fans getting on the Soviet player, and McKenzie now questions the referee, Tom Brown, about that whistle for freezing the puck because only one man was doing it, the Russian player. Score is 1-0. Canada with Lacroix on the power play. Gets it back to Bobby Hull. Hull across the far side. Here's the shot by Tremblay. Rebound. They score! And Lacroix digs the puck out as a souvenir and gives it to Marcoux.
In the case of the Russians not finishing the check. The time before, they let Mahavlich stand in there and bang away. Now look at that Russian. Hey, he's got to take Lacroix's stick. You've got to take the man. Now watch again. You cannot check a 165-pounder or a strong one with his stick. You have to take his body. And there's Lacroix, puts it in. And unless the Russians start taking the man and the Canadians keep taking the man, we got a real good chance.
We've got a 2-0 score right now as Andre Lacroix has capped the Team Canada power play with Sergei Kapustin serving a penalty. Here's the announcement.
Andre Lacroix. Assist, number 23, John McKenzie, and number 3, J.C. Tremblay. The time, 10:49.
The team's back at full strength now with that second goal. Number 19, Shadron, plays it down behind Jerry Cheevers. Bobby Hull failed to hold it. Finally comes to center ice. Chance for McKenzie with Lacroix. Lacroix across the line. It is offside. Play whistled down. But the action picking up. The skating is just fantastic. And the emotion building here at Maple Leaf Gardens after Lacroix. There he is, number 7, has given Team Canada a 2-goal lead.
Yeah.
He was the leading scorer in the World Hockey Association back in its first season. Around the National Hockey League with the Chicago Blackhawks. Was second in scoring behind Mike Walton last year, and now has his first goal, a big goal in this series. Alexander Gusev losing it there to Henderson with McGregor, and Walton shot. Rebound too far for Bruce McGregor. Great scoring chance there, blocked by Tretiak. Mikhailov across the line, being watched by Paul Schmier. Schmier and Smith in the corner against number 16, Petrov. They'll tie it up there. Again, some sticks go a little high and tempers flare here in the first period of game 2. Billy Harris has told his team, and they understand and appreciate that they've got to control their temper. Fighting, of course, means automatic disqualification from the game, and there's been nothing even resembling the beginning of a fight so far in this series. For the Soviets, Petrov will be on the draw against number 4, Mike Walton, and Walton wins that one to Rick Smith. In behind the goal, Paul Schmier. Getting it around to Smith. And over to McGregor, too far for him. It is held in by Gusev, and Gusev had his shot blocked. And back they come. McGregor at center ice with Mike Walton. Walton across the line, across to Paul Henderson, and a stop by Tretiak. Howie, every time Team Canada swings across that blue line, they're gunning.
My heart's in my mouth. Watch this great pass by Walton to Henderson. It's jumping, and Henderson controls the pass. And look at here. Great backhand try, and oh, gee, I thought that was going in from the angle that we're sitting at. But Tretiak got it on his chest, dropped it into his glove.
Well, Henderson has nothing to prove to anybody, of course, who saw the 72 series getting 7 goals, including the series winner. He's back this time and just as eager to play as he was in 1972. Number 29 is Sergei Kotov. Out to the center ice area for Kapustin. Being shadowed by Frank Mahovlich. Left side for Kotov across the line. Kapustin in front. Deflected away from him to Frank Mahovlich. Right side for Rajan Houl. He was stick-checked by Luchenko, and back come the Soviets. Kotov alone. Long, lazy shot. Handled easily by Jerry Cheevers. Now on the stick of Pat Stapleton. Off Mahovlich's stick. Back to Pat Stapleton. Now at center ice for Bernier. Big Serge Bernier feeds it over on the right side. The relay by Houl down behind the Soviet goal to Kuznetsov. He gets a bump from Bernier. Houl coming up with it. Mahovlich shooting wide of the goal. Bernier in the corner against Maltsev, and Maltsev wins it. There's going to be a penalty. This will be the second penalty of the game for the Soviets, and number 2 for the same players, Sergei Kapustin.
You know, the other evening, I figured that there were 2 Canadians didn't really check properly, and Bernier was one of them. This evening, I'm sure he's throwing more good checks than any other Canadian, and he forced the Russians into getting that penalty and making the bad play. The Russian had the puck behind the net. He knew he was going to get hit, and he threw the puck right to a Canadian. And as a result of getting hit, he went out and took a stupid penalty. It's a bodily contact game. Yahoo!
That penalty was for tripping to Kapustin, and now the Team Canada power play, a very productive one so far in this series, is back on the ice. Bobby Hull will play the left point. J.C. Tremblay the right. The center will be Andre Lacroix with Mark Howe on his left and Johnny McKenzie on his right. It rolls to Tretiak's doorstep, covered up by Sagankov. Here is Hull keeping it in. At the line, finally losing it. Tremblay being watched by number 15, their big star, Yakushev. Top goal scorer in 72, playing with an injury in this game tonight. Now Hull taking his time to get this power play formed up. Drops it back for J.C. Tremblay. The defenseman will lead them out of there now. Lacroix circling in center on the left side is Bobby Hull. Hull shooting just wide of the far side. Lacroix into the Soviet corner. Bumped there by Luchenko. Gets it out. Cleared back to the point to Tremblay. Here's Bobby Hull getting a chance, but feeds it down instead to Johnny McKenzie. McKenzie across to Lacroix. Back to McKenzie. Along the boards, Hull keeping it in momentarily, and the Russians finally clear it out of there with a minute left in Kapustin's penalty for the Soviet Union. 6 minutes left in the first period, and Team Canada leads by a score of 2-0. Tremblay too far. Almost stolen there by Lacroix, as this power play has not had the zip of previous attempts. Now here's Mike Walton on the ice. Across the Soviet line with Howe. Shot high over top of the Soviet goal. Tremblay keeping it in. Feeding it down on the far board. Centering pass to McKenzie, banned on the relay. And the Soviets bring it out to center ice. just leave it there for number 11, Mark Howe, 19-year-old, playing the Soviets for the second time. Of course, against them in the Olympics for the U.S. in '72. Sagankov, chance for the Russians. And McGregor broke that one up. The puck on the left boards. Finally back to the center ice area on the stick of Gennady Sagankov. Just 7 seconds remaining now in the Soviet penalty. Sagankov killing time with it. Kapustin now is back on the ice. They're at full strength. And the USSR has weathered that penalty, their second of the game. Back they come with number 13, Boris Mikhailov, inside the line. Drop pass. No one there to grab it. Mike Walton coming up with it. He feeds it out to center ice. But 4:50 remaining in the first period. Team Canada in front by a 2-0 score in Maple Leaf Gardens. The goals by Backstrom and Lacroix. Now here's Paul Schmier getting checked by 16, Petrov. They go down in the corner and hold it there. There'll be a face-off with 4:39 to play in the opening period.
This international hockey down must do something to players. It has to get their adrenaline flowing, as it does mine and the fans. But Henderson, I've never seen him check so well, and he's getting so many good scoring chances because of his checking.
He hit so well, and he injured his shoulder out in Saskatoon in the next to last game of the exhibition swing, but you'd never know that he has anything bothering him whatsoever. Here is Ricky Lee now behind the Team Canada goal, losing it to Harlamov. Now gets a second chance, covers up. Harlamov won't have any of it, so play goes right on. From the point, this is Gusev winding up. Harlamov against Mahavlich in the corner, and Mahavlich takes it away from him. Team Canada out to blue line and back inside for an offside off the skate of Vasiliev. They'll face off right there with 4:19 to play now in the opening period. Billy Harris, again, like Kulagin, his Soviet counterpart. Expression never really changes on Harris's face. Very low-keyed, intense young man. He's done a tremendous job of assembling this team to play the Soviets in 1974. And there's Mr. Kulagin. Bernier on the draw against Maltsev. He wins it. Over to number 6, Selwood. Rezhan Houle digs it ahead at center ice. Maltsev breaks that one up. Selwood feeds it down the right boards, and Maltsev goes into the corner after it. Alexander Maltsev, the Soviet veteran, left it there for Kuznetsov. Gets it ahead to center, drifting down into the Team Canada zone rather aimlessly, and Ricky Lee in front of his own goal. Passed badly for Mahavlich. Maltsev went down. There's going to be a penalty there, which will even the penalties up at 2 apiece in this game now. It will be for tripping. And it was Frank Mahavlich that referee Tom Brown has fingered off to the Maple Leaf Gardens penalty box. 3:52 remaining in the first period. Now the Soviet power play goes into action.
Time 16:08.
16:08. Mahavlich for tripping.
Okay.
Maltsev on the face-off. Stapleton jams it ahead to center ice. Kuznetsov across on the left side to Kapustin. Kapustin waiting, passing for Kotov, blocked, and it's shot down the ice. Mark Howe, those young 19-year-old legs go digging into the corner against number 3, Lutsenko, and he'll tie it up for a face-off. Soviet power play has not been nearly as awesome, Howie, as it was 2 years ago.
Well, I think we've learned something. We've certainly learned discipline, and we've maintained the box a lot better, and we're not getting 2 fellas cut. I think the key, again, is that we go up and send 1 man in, and we at least block 1 wing. But discipline is the key, and certainly this group here is showing great discipline at the moment.
To kill the penalty, Backstrom 14, Mark Howe 11, with Stapleton and J.C. Tremblay on defense. 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in the penalty to Frank Mahavlich. Lyapkin getting it ahead to Yakushev. Took too long. It is offside at the Team Canada blue line.
See, there was another perfect example of passing without looking. Yakushev got steered off, even though he was offside, but went to throw it to the far point man, and Mark Howe standing right there. If he hadn't been called offside, Mark Howe's got a free shot on Tretiak.
Out comes Vladimir Shadrid now as they try to make this power play operative, the Soviets, with 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the Mahavlich penalty and 3:10 remaining in the period, number 1. At center ice, Bruce McGregor, always a great skater, lost the chance there against number 19, Shadrin. Sagankov to Maltsev, hops over his stick inside the line. That's a Soviet offside. Their timing, there's something different this time about them, Howie.
Not sure whether that hopped over his stick while he wasn't looking to see whether Stapleton was going to send him greetings. Pat had started to attack him as he was going to receive the pass. And again, from up here, I would have to say that their shaky puck handling is a result of them getting hit every time they handle a puck.
They're looking to be hit. They're not looking to hit themselves, are they?
That's right.
Here is Bruce McGregor with Paul Henderson now as they attempt to kill off the remaining minute in the Frank Mahavlich penalty. Tretiak stops it in behind the goal, leaves it for Alexander Gusev. Big number 2, the Soviets' best defenseman so far, getting it ahead to Petrov on the left wing. Swings inside the Team Canada zone, a centering pass, a shot, rebound for Harlamov. Tried to get it high and could not. Jeevers hangs on. That is their best scoring chance, I think, in this entire period.
I've been waiting for this to happen. See how they sneak the man in the middle home free. They send their player in deep. That draws the defenseman to him. And then they sneak another guy down through the middle. See right here? Now look at there. There's the key guy coming in late again. And it's lucky that he couldn't get good wood on it, or it might be a 2-1 hockey game. But certainly we have to plug the middle instead of this side when the puck goes down the far side.
But Harlamov, with an extra inch or two, might have had the room to jam that to the roof of the goal, as he did for a spectacular goal in Quebec City. 35 seconds remaining in the Frank Mahavlich penalty. Team Canada shorthanded for that duration of time. Around the goal, Stapleton lost it. Number 16, Petrov plays it in. Tremblay there to cover up, takes his man down, but Mikhailov covers up and carries on with a drop pass back to Gusev. Gusev getting it across in front from Mikhailov. He's turned away by Tremblay. 13 seconds to go on the penalty now. Alexander Gusev winding wide. Rebound. Oh, and hopped over the stick of Mikhailov. Now here is Harlamov getting it back to Vasiliev. Over to Gusev. Gusev's shot. Loose in front. They clear. On the ice is Frank Mahavlich. Mahavlich, they whistled it down on the offside. Outside pass as he came out of the box to take it. One official waved it off, and the other man across the ice called it. And now they'll get their signal straight. Ironically, in 1967, a disputed pass at center from inside the Soviet blue line set up the winning goal against the national team of Canada in the World Championship. The Soviets won that 2-1, and people who saw the game still aren't sure if the Soviet player was onside or offside, and he got the pass. Now here's Johnny McKenzie coming out. Cross to Andre Lacroix. He lost it. Kuznetsov gives it up to Lacroix with Bobby Hull and McKenzie. Ahead to Hull, blocked by Kotov. And now the Soviets start out. Number 3 is Luchenko. Again, the forechecking of Andre Lacroix, keeping him off balance, forcing them back into their own zone. 1:23 left in period 1. Team Canada on top 2-0 here in Toronto. Late pass for Lacroix was too far. Again, he's forechecking. Bobby Hull in there, too, looking for it. Now it's picked up by Paul Schmier, giving it ahead to Lacroix. Stick check there by the Soviet player, Sergei Kotov. His pass missed for Kapustin on the left side. Now a minute to play in the opening period. Kuznetsov gave it to Paul Schmier. Right side pass for Serge Bernier, alone inside the Soviet zone, bumping there with Luchenko. Carries on, could not make the play. Now Luchenko leads it ahead to Sergei Kapustin at the Team Canada line. Right side, closing in. Stick check there by J.C. Tremblay. He'll cover up with 37 seconds left. Well, our game recorder shows that Team Canada has thrown 63 body checks in this first period, and it is paying off for them.
That's quite an improvement, you know. It was just 54 in Quebec City.
And surprisingly, the Soviets, either unwilling to get their weight into Team Canada players or unable to, they are not achieving any kind of physical advantage here as we thought they might come back with here in the second game. Now here is Rezhan Houl behind his own goal for Frank Mahavlich. He chops it ahead to center ice. into the Soviet zone. We now have 25 seconds to play in the opening period. Number 11, Lebedev. Gets it across to number 19, Shadrin. Shadrin inside the line against Mahavlich. Puck comes loose behind the goal, and Selwood covers up to Bernier. 13 seconds left now as they jam in the corner. They center it out. The pass is in front of Shep for Yakuchev. A great scoring chance denied by Jerry Cheever. That puck came rifling out in front of the goal.
Now watch the Russians check here. They're starting to take the Canadians. Right on Yakuchev's stick, and a great big save for Cheevers, and this is the time to make them. 2-0, late in the first period. Wow.
It was Yuri Lebedev who fired that puck out, and the Soviet player was robbed on the best save that Jerry Cheevers has had to make in this hockey game. He's had 2 or 3 good ones, and he's held them into a 2-0 situation now with just 3 seconds to play in the opening period. There's the time. The first period here at Maple Leaf Gardens is over, and Team Canada is off to a promising start here in Game 2 of the 1974 series. With the score, Canada 2 and the Soviets nothing, this is Game 2 from Toronto.